pareidolia, the imagined perception of a pattern or meaning where it does not actually exist. For years people, like me, had been filming what appeared to be balls of light flying through the sky in weird untraditional formations. Thanks to the new Sony A7S, we can now see that these are indeed nocturnal birds that glow orange during the new moon of each month. That's right, birds actually glow orange during new moons, and I am about to prove it to you. These small, medium, and even large birds glow so bright that they appear as balls of light when using a night vision camera. Although orb spirits do exist, these glowing birds have nothing to do with them. Although embarrassing, this extreme pareidolia needs to be addressed to the public so that others in the paranormal communities do not make the same mistake as I did. If you want to believe in spirits and God, then do so, but do so for the right reasons. Likewise, if you want to prove God is real by exposing the demonic spirits that God says roam the earth, then you need to do so properly. This will be explained in detail further in this video. What you are looking at is basically night vision in color. Although not technically a night vision camera, the new technology deployed by the A7S has the ability to see in extreme low light situations. Here you can see what the aurora borealis looks like in real time. It is hard to realize, but right now it is completely dark outside, considering the fact that it is only 2 or 3 nights after the new moon. That being said, notice how the trees are brown, the sky is purple, and the stars are white. The camera unintentionally deceives the viewer into thinking the moon is out, which it is not. Although glowing nocturnal birds do come out when the moon is shining, they usually like to come out during new moons when it is totally dark. Some people may argue that the small glowing birds are actually angels disguising themselves as birds, considering the fact that the Bible states that angels can pose as human beings. However, I do not believe this to be the case. Due to the simple fact that the larger glowing birds are making noises when shining a laser at them, it is safe to say that the silent smaller ones are just birds as well, even though their wings are too tiny to be seen. What is perplexing is that birds tend to fly in triangle formations, just as orb spirits do as well. This is the reason for the pareidolia. Although it is just a case of pareidolia, it is also important to understand the reasoning behind the pareidolia so it does not happen again. It is true that the people claiming that these were birds all along can now officially have their moment of pride knowing they were right all this time. However, there is no reason for people on my side of the argument to feel misled or even stupid, because even people on our side of the argument had valid observations and were rational in their thinking. First off, who knew that birds glow during new moons? Second, orbs have been proven time and time again to be demonic angelic spirits that are indeed real, and therefore it was perfectly rational to think these glowing birds were part of the same phenomenon. Moving forward, if you are going to do something, you should do it right the first time, or don't waste your time doing it at all. After years of trial and error and lots of wasted money, I would like to take a moment to explain to you how I feel is the best way to create video evidence to prove that orb spirits exist. Smart people learn from their own mistakes, wise people learn from others' mistakes. What I now suggest for paranormal research is something I like to call the infrared visible dual cam system. Basically, all you do is mount 2 cameras next to each other on your tripod, one night vision, the other a normal visible spectrum camera. It is best for the visible spectrum camera to have a filter on it that blocks all infrared light. Thanks to the new Sony A7S, it is now possible to set up a dual cam system for specifically nighttime recording. The purpose of using 2 cameras is so that if an orb shows up in the night vision camera, but not the visible spectrum camera, you then have a legitimate orb sighting. Likewise, if you see what appears to be an orb, but it is showing up in the visible spectrum camera, then you know that it is just a bird or a bug. Here is an example of a daytime infrared visible dual cam system. Notice how the orb only appears in the infrared camera, and it even disappears as well. This is one of my favorite examples proving the existence of orbs. This example was probably shot using 2 cheap handheld cameras, one probably being a Sony night shot camera, which is excellent for daytime orb sightings. Well, I hope you appreciate the honesty and truth this video has provided you. It is never a good feeling when you are wrong, but the truth needs to be told so that others in the paranormal communities can stop wasting their time, money, and effort recording these glowing birds. Sometimes, doing the right thing is the hardest thing to do.